Hello, what's up? My name is Art. Welcome back to another one of my videos. I tried to film a video twice today and on my phone, and for some strange reason I recorded it, and for some reason it didn't save. Oh, now it is there. Now it's there. Don't understand it. I almost ran out of battery power, but it was basically a video about one of my friends and his relationship issues. And basic guideline to that one is, if you're with someone and you feel uncomfortable with them, remove yourself from the situation or change the situation. But today is comic book day. So what happened was Saturday I did some HeroClix stuff, so because I wanted to get that. I had that film for over a week, and I just like, I don't know when I'm gonna put this out. And I kind of have so many videos on my computer that I gotta start deleting. But I got two other videos that's comic book related that's coming up pretty soon, and the other stuff is coming up. The lifestyle stuff is coming up. I'm gonna do some movie reviews right now. Not now, but this weekend I'm gonna do some movie reviews. So, So here's the thing. Saturday, almost 7 o'clock in the evening. Went to work this morning. Now, by the time you're watching it, it's not gonna be Saturday, of course. But anyway. So what happened was I went to work. After I got off of work, after I got off work, hung around for a little bit, and I went to the, ate some lunch. Then I went to my comic book shopping, and this is what I got. Went to 3 stores to this time. Went to 3 stores this time because I was looking for something. Oh well, sinuses and damn, nasal inhaler. Gotta buy a new one. If you have problems breathing, get one of these nasal inhalers. They help out really well. But anyway, so let's talk about. I bought Captain America 29. This is the Alex Ross cover, and this cover is really cool because this is what Captain America kind of looks like to a lot of people. So I'm not too big on the story right now, but I bought it because it's a cover by. Basically, I bought it because of the cover. All right, that's all about. Shang-Chi #1 Variant Edition. I like this one. I like this Variant Edition. Pretty cool. Way of X #2, which is a Nightcrawler centric story, and thing about it is that one of the famous X-Men that a lot of people love was Nightcrawler, and this is his centric story, so it's just kind of neat. Sorry. Then I went through their bundles. Funny thing is that I could probably spend $200 to $300 in there on their bundles, because they got some good bundles, like $50 to $60 bundles. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's like almost a good run. But I found this, which is kind of interesting. Marvel Superheroes Contest of Champions. There's only 3 issues. They only had 3 issues of it. I'm assuming there's 4 issues. I'm assuming there's 4 issues, but they only had number 3. They had 2 sets of these. What was I thinking? Okay. Issue 1. Issue 2. And oops. On the back, and issue 3. Now the fun thing is I do play I do play this on the phone. One thing that's kind of cool is that back then that G.I. Joe was so popular, and I filled one of these out a long time ago, so it's kind of funny. And if I remember correctly, I think Low Budget Comments and Things, he showed one of these when I saw that. It's like, hey, I saw that in my store, so I picked this up, the bundle 1, 2, and 3. I think there's a 4th one. I gotta go do some research on that. And this is supposedly the first miniseries that Marvel ever did. It's kind of amazing. The first miniseries. So, thought that was pretty cool. Went to this other store called Warp 9. Picked up the Fantastic Four 32 Variant Edition. I kind of like this one. A little bit of Marriage of Doctor Doom. Immortal Hulk one-shot Time of Monsters, which means that they're playing around with the Hulk mythos. There's always been a Hulk at different areas of time and space and all this other stuff. That's what I'm guessing. Picked up number 5 of Space Bastards. I'm really liking this story. Really liking this story. It's pretty funny at times. It's pretty funny at times. It's really cool. And I also pick up Geiger number 2. I picked up number 1, the 2nd edition, and I read it by Jeff Johns, who works this. I'm not sure if he still works for DC, but this is his own creator-owned thing. Basically, Jeff Johns was like the main guy at DC, right? He was like the super editor of every story. Gary Frank was a phenomenal artist. I forgot what other stuff he did. I think he did Rising Stars, I think, back in the early 2000s. Geiger's in the post-apocalyptic Earth. Really cool reading, really cool. And now here's the thing. I was looking for Wonder Girl because finally Wonder Girl number 1 popped up in stores. I could not find it. There may be another store I can go to, and it might be there, but they're not open until Monday. But anyway, now what happens, I picked up the Variant edition. Now what happens, like, the store I go to, the Variants is right. This is my normal comic book store for my pull box. The only way you get the Variant is if you find it off the shelf, which there's not many, or you specifically ordered it from it. Like, for example, in July, I got a lot of Variants coming up. So, yeah, July's going to be a big month for me. Also, October, middle of October, the Motor City Comic Con is returning to Michigan. Yes! So that means I have technically 5 months to save up money for the Comic-Con. So naturally, normally I go all 3 days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So that's where I'm going to be. If I was thinking about getting another camera or something like that in the meantime, so that way I can do some filming while I'm there. That'd be kind of awesome as well. But we'll figure that out later. But what happened? This is Wonder Girl number 1, Variant Edition, and what they do. Look at this price. $10. So their variants, they instantly mark up the price. Now this is a very cool variant, like negative space, which is really cool. And the funny thing is, I wanted this. I'll find it naturally sooner or later. But this is when I say that one of the reasons why I buy mystery boxes. Even though some people might think comic book mystery boxes is a waste of time and energy and everything else, but the thing is that I can, so for 20 to 30 bucks, I could probably get this for a fraction of what I'm paid for this. That's one of the reasons why. But anyway, enough of that. Then I went to my home store. Daredevil number 30. Cool. Really loving this Daredevil run. Especially with Elektra being Daredevil, because she has to be Daredevil and she's a different kind of Daredevil, which is really cool. Radiant Black. Loving this story so far. Loving this story. Shang-Chi #1. Wolverine #12. Alright. Then, on top of that, I found some... Every now and then, I'll look through their back issues to see if I can find something cool. X-Factor #8 versus Freedom Force. I love this. Back in the day. Issue #9. Now, when X-Factor first was... What happened was people wanted the original X-Men again, but they couldn't join the new team because in the 90s, there were so many people, so they didn't want to do that. So they created another book called X-Factor, and this is the original team. Their idea was, we're hunting mutants. And so people of the world think that they're hunting mutants to kill them. What they do, they rescue mutants and train them. That's what they're doing. Freedom Force was led by Mystique and the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants under the guise of the federal government to do work for them, so they will expunge their records, kind of like Suicide Squad, but they don't die. Okay, #14, Cyclops. This is like Master Mode right here, so that's pretty cool. I love that. I love that. Love the cover. It's really awesome. #25, Apocalypse on the cover like that. I saw this. Gotta pick it up. #26. And #78, Mr. Sinister and Strife. Strife is a clone of Cable. So I can't remember the story so much, but it was pretty freaking cool. So that was some spot. Yes, I do need to shave. Yes, I admit I do need to shave. Yes. If I don't shave, I'll get razor bumps. Yay! Love being an adult. Now, I also want to show you some eBay auction wins. Some of the stuff I gotten for holding 2 weeks ago, and I forgot to do it on my last video, but now I'm going to show you today. I heard about this back in the day when it's a Flash, when he was on trial for a murder. And so this is number 345. Good, nice eBay buy, auction. Fantastic Four 257. My old school Fantastic Four fetish. Yes. At first, I have to admit, I didn't like Fantastic Four anymore, and then I started reading it again, and I'm starting to love them, fall in love with them again. Of course, Big Boy Galactus on the cover. Love that. This next one was a book that I had when I was a kid or teenager. I call myself a kid when I was a teenager. Okay, sorry. Instead of today, teenagers are young adults, but back then we were kids. Back then, I love this one. I loved it so much that I even drew a version of that and put it in my notebook, or basically traced it. Yeah. Okay, check this out. Captain America 272. I love this. I remember when I saw this at 7-Eleven, I said, "Oh, Captain America in an alley, and all these rats are around him. Oh, that's awesome! Like he got his ass kicked." Okay, cool. Hooked me. Read the book. What I did not realize until recently, this is the first appearance of Vermin. Vermin is one of those low rent villains that they had to make up to do something with. He controls rats. He was big in the Kraven Last Hunt story. Was it a Kraven Last Hunt? No. He was big in a Spider-Man story, or I think it was Kraven Last Hunt. I think so. Okay, but this is the first appearance of Vermin. There's rumors that if, say for example, I bought this as a spec. Not much. I said, oh, I remember this book when I was a kid. Bought it again. So the first appearance of Vermin. Okay, no problem. If they ever use Vermin, okay, this book might go up in price. I doubt it, but hey, whatever. This one, when I saw this, now what happens, I do read Twitter sometimes, and one of the things I read, one of the people who, it's called the spinner rack. Basically, this certain date, these books was on the shelf, was on the spinner rack. Spinner rack is like a little turnstile thing where it turns around like that. If you ever see one, you'll know what I mean. Most likely you'll see, if you go to a gas station, you see like either hats or glasses or that spins around like that, a spinner rack. Okay, now check this out. Captain, oh, this is $272. Okay, Captain America $260. I was like, this is a pretty interesting looking cover. Very interesting looking cover. I kind of like it, so I bought it. So went into the auction, won this auction. Of course, you know, I wasn't gonna pay tons of money for it. It was a $10 auction. Got it for $10. And this one, I was definitely surprised. How many of you heard of Frank Miller? How many of you know who Frank Miller is? When I saw this, I was like, Saw this on the spinner rack on Twitter too. So if you're looking for what came out in the 1960s, 70s and stuff, and 80s, and you're on Twitter, follow the spinner rack. And every day they'll show something. Okay? Check this out. Amazing Spider-Man 219. Frank Miller was drawing Amazing Spider-Man. Who would have known? Who would have thought that? And that's another thing. And that is it for this week in comic book haul. Did I touch on everything I wanted to do? Yes. Also, like I said, I'm watching some movies, so I'll be doing some reviews on these movies, on some of these movies I'm watching pretty soon. I just saw one, and of course these movies are at least 20-some years old. Okay, so these are not hit today's style movies. These movies were like either minor hits or interesting movies back in the day. So you know, when I do the review, you'll see why I do that. You know, of course, I'll tell you about the movie and spoiler review and all sorts of stuff. So that way, if you want to watch it, you can if you want to. Basically, I watch it and I talk about it so that way you don't have to, or unless you want to. But that's the way how I want to do it. Yes, I'm going to do some music reviews pretty soon. I got a couple songs in mind. There's one obscure song that there's some obscure songs that I'm thinking about, but I'm not too sure on right now. But anyway, with that being said, I talked your ear off enough. You watched my unshaven mug enough. I'm sweating enough. It's actually summer weather in spring. Go figure that. I don't know. That's why my sinus is so out of whack. And I worked today, and I've been up since 4 o'clock in the morning. Yeah! Yes, what a day. But anyway, with that being said, if you like this, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give me a thumbs down. Like, comment, subscribe. Share this video if you like. And without further ado, thank you very much. Thank you for everybody who watched any of my videos. I really or truly appreciate it. I really do. If you want to clown me in one of my videos, go ahead and clown me. That's cool. That's fine. I love it. But anyway, with that being said, thank you very much. Have a great weekend. Have a better day, and have a better tomorrow.